Hey Facebook, happy meal plan day. Hey Instagram, happy meal plan day. So a new meal plan's out, just as promised, like every Wednesday. This one's awesome. I love this one. And one of my favorite recipes has showed up. It's the Sofritas Grande, or Grande, however you want to say that. So when Chipotle, I know I always say it wrong, came out with their Sofritas, I thought it was really cool, except I felt awful. Anytime I ate it, I just felt so awful. I just felt super bloated and really gassy and my stomach hurt. It was delicious. And I realized it's because there's so much salt and oil and all this crap in there. And I was like, you know what? I can totally do this at home. It'll taste 1,000 times better. It'll be cheaper and it'll be so much healthier with all that crap in it. So that's what I'm making today, which is my take, my healthy take, Meal Mentor's healthy take on the sofritas. And I'm also going to show you some tips that I do when I'm cooking my sofritas to make them really extra flavorful. So anyway, let's just get started. This is from the new meal plan that dropped today, which is the 10-25 meal plan, and there is a soy-free option. So if you can't have tofu, you'll hear me talk about how to do it soy-free. So coming over here, I have a sweet potato going in my pressure cooker right now. I got my first imperfect box today. I'm sure you guys saw the picture on Facebook. And my sweet potato was too big for my potato pocket to go into the microwave, so it's being pressure cooked. So you'll see that. But I am going to microwave my rice. So let me get that started. All right, so that's party time. So I have my mini food processor, which you guys know is sort of my mini personal assistant on weeknights. And so I am going to just go ahead and start with, doing some of my prep work, because if you do a little prep work before you cook, it goes faster. So the first thing, I'm actually adding garlic, because you guys know how much I love garlic. So that's not in the recipe as it is on the meal plan. That's just me being me. Oh, I need a knife. Okay, so me being me, I'm adding some garlic. Plus, my husband loves garlic, so. And we kind of cancel each other out with all the garlic we eat. So, here we go. Get some garlic in there. I hope everyone's having a good day and a good night. I got to go to the eye doctor, so that was super fun. It's good. I was thinking about that today. I usually think about doctor's appointments or even making them as like this really annoying, horrible chore, but I realized, that's self-care. It's self-care. And so when I kind of changed my mindset and my perspective, because that's what I've been learning about this whole Shortcut to Slim podcast season, it really changed, and I actually ended up having a really good time, and I didn't see it as this horrible, tedious thing like I normally do. So now, if only I could have thought about this when I went to the dentist earlier in the week. Okay. Or I guess that was last week. All right, let me just mince this up here. Alrighty. And now it calls for a small red onion, but you can see it's huge. So I'm just going to use a little bit of it as my sort of in between, since I don't have a small one. So I do this all the time. I'll just kind of like eyeball. I'm like, that's probably what a small onion would look like. Alrighty. I forgot my little trash bowl that I usually have, so I'm just going to make a big mess. But hey, that's okay. Sometimes we forget to do things. Alright, let's get that in there. Excuse you, Quaid. Look at how fast that is. See, this is why I love the mini chopper. It's just so fast. And if you're not a fast chopper or you're lazy like me, it will change your life. Get one. All right. Here we are. What else do I need? I think that's it for starting. Oh, no, I also need some chipotle, whatever the word is, peppers. So I'm just going to open this can up really quick here. Oh, I love these Pop Tops. I wish everything had little Pop Top cans. They make such a difference. That's for me. I dropped it. Okay. Let me get 2 chilies in here. Maybe I'll add a third one. They're so yummy. Okay. Oh, I want to lick my fingers so bad because this stuff is so good. Oh, and it smells smoky. I love it. It looks like I killed somebody. It's so red. Alrighty. Look out, Lily. Always have a pug underneath me. Okay. There's my chili. Let me get some water. And to avoid dirtying up another cup to get my water, I'm just going to put my water right in here, and it'll also help me catch some of this beautiful, beautiful sauce. All right, turn that on. One of these days I will finally learn which burner is which. Okay, so for one of my tips for this episode or this session, for people who are like me and don't like to crumble the tofu with your fingers, for me it's so cold it ends up making my joints hurt. So what I do is I bring out my potato masher and I just mash it with my potato masher. This works really great with tofu scramble too. So if you don't like to touch this, you don't want to crumble it manually yourself, you can use a potato masher, which is what I'm going to do. And I actually really like it that way. I think it gets just the right consistency. So, I'm glad you guys like that tip. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's going. And if you are soy-free, which I know some folks are, you can use chickpeas. The recipe has a chickpea variation, and it works beautifully. So that's going to go on there. So while that's hanging out, I think that's, so I'm pretty much done. I know I always say that, but all I have to do now is heat this up, cook it a little bit, then I'm going to add my tofu and some seasonings. But while that's going, I can chop my tomato and talk to you guys a little bit about some chopping tomato techniques. So if your tomatoes squish and like the guts go everywhere and you hate that and you don't like it, or like your tomatoes like squishing as you're chopping, put it in the refrigerator first. I didn't do that today because this is a pretty firm tomato, but if you have a softer tomato or you struggle with getting it to not smush as you cut it, 1, sharp knife, 2, refrigerate your tomato first. But don't refrigerate your tomato the whole time. Like, tomatoes do best on a counter, so don't put them in the refrigerator until like a little bit before you're going to cook it or cut it. So you can see mine's cutting really beautifully for me. It's not smushing. Facebook. There we go. So I'm just going to dice this really quickly, or maybe not so quick, but just get my tomato diced because I will want this here in a little bit. And I don't put my tomato in the mini food processor because I find that it chops it a little too quick and a little too fast, and then it's not. See, it's really, really beautiful. Can you guys all see how pretty my dice is here? And then I always come back and look for the little weird white stem parts. And so, really easy. Oh, there we go. Now we're cooking, so we're getting there. I'm not going to add my tomato into my sofritas because I like to have my tomato more raw and not cooked, but that's a personal preference. You could add it in if you want it to cook up a little bit, or you could leave it raw like I am. If you're using cherry tomatoes, I would definitely cook those. I think those taste better cooked. So now we have all that taken care of. So while that's all going, move this out of the way. I have my spices. I can put you away. Let's see, what else is going on over here? Oh, we're so busy. So my base here is all nice and cooked. So now I can add my tofu in. So you guys, can you all see? All right. So adding my tofu and Instagram. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'll pick you up, see if I can do it both ways. All right, so one of the things, like I said, I do is I use my potato masher to just sort of like mash. Oh, this is hard to do one-handed while holding the phone. That is super fun. So you guys get the general idea. So that's kind of my little tip, my little trick. Smashy, smashy, smashy. And it really works so beautifully. It really works well. Oh, there's my pressure cooker. Yay, my sweet potato will be done on time. Okay. So the recipe calls for guacamole, or you could do corn for lower fat, but my husband can't have corn, so I'm just going to add some chopped sweet potato at the end. That's just how we're doing it. Got to make it work for what we need. And it's like a nice little personal tweak. So super fun. Alrighty. So I'm just mixing this around now. Oh, big piece of onion paper. I don't know what this onion skin. It feels weird calling it skin. All right, so now since tofu is basically cooked, I just have to wait for this to be warm, which it pretty much is. And so now I just need to add the rest of my seasonings, and then we're done. Then I get to eat my dinner. Okay, so I actually had oregano this time, but as you have heard me say in other episodes, videos, when I don't have oregano, which is almost all of the time, I use Italian seasoning. Let's see, let's get a little cumin, and of course, as always, I don't measure, I just kind of eyeball it, because a little more or less doesn't make a difference, and then of course, garlic. Oh, actually, that was onion, but that's okay, because that's also delicious. So now I'm just extra flavorful. This recipe also calls for green chilies, but my husband can't have those either. They're too spicy for him, but they would be a very delightful little taste here. So I might actually put some on my portion because I just think they're so yummy. But yeah, we're done. We're all nice and done. Oh, I forgot a little bit of my sauce here. There we are. Beautiful. Beautiful. And so now that that's all nice and done, and to make this very chipotle, whatever the word is, I have my rice that's cooked, and I have my tomatoes, and I'm actually going to shred some lettuce, and I mentioned I have sweet potatoes, so that's it. I'm all done. I get to eat my dinner. Oops, sorry, I made you guys seesaw. So thanks again for joining me. I'll bring you in for a little bit closer. Here we are. I think I touched it. Oh, I got food on the camera. So there's the final. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. So pretty. And now for you, Facebook, check it out. Look at that. Yum. Okay, I'll post a final picture like I always do. Thank you guys so much for joining me again. If you want to get this recipe, it's on the current meal plan that dropped today, which is the 10/25 meal plan if you find this video later in life. And anyway, have a good day, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'm going to, if it's not too hot, I'm going to make the burgers, which are one of our most popular burger recipes ever. Everyone loves these burgers. But it's been so hot here, I just can't turn on my oven. But I might be making a curry tomorrow. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Cook your dinner. Make this. It's awesome. Love you. Mwah.